welcome all to the SnailTrail4x4 podcast. If you like going off-roading in Toyotas, wrenching on Toyotas, camping in Toyotas, maybe poking a little bit of fun at Toyotas, and of course, hearing about how well Toyota heaters work, then this is the podcast for you. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the SnailTrail4x4 podcast. This is Jimmy Jett, and I'm in the studio all alone once again, though I did get to see Tyler today. Oh, it's rather exciting. He has been, shall we say, like has cabin fever, and he's a little cooped up these days, and he felt like he needed to get out. And so he asked me if I finished cutting up the last section of the tree. I told him no. And I was like, well, do you need your saws back? And he said, no, I need to get out. I need to go do something. I want to come up there and finish cutting that tree down. So I said, yeah, come on up, man. Let's do it. Well, he had a limited window, and we didn't have the correct chain for his chainsaw because we needed to get another chain because we used up and made his other one dull. So we had a limited time, limited chain, and we got about halfway done with the stump that's left. So I don't know if we'll get him to come back up another day, but I can probably finish it from here on out. It's not that bad. On another note, we are going to go visit him the day after this podcast comes out, and we're going to take them down dinner. We're going to spend an evening with them, chill and relax, hang out with the intern, and the secretary and Tyler and new baby Reed. Super excited to meet that guy. Anyways, let's do a little bit of housekeeping, and then I'm going to jump into another product review. I didn't get any feedback from you guys, which I was kind of shocked. I don't know if you're calling in to the hotline, but I don't have access to that. And nobody DM'd me and told me that it was horrible. So I'm going to do another one. Also, nobody told me it was wonderful. So I'm going to do another one either way. But if you did enjoy it, the last one, thank you. I hope you did. This one's going to be a little off the wall, a little different, another product, but something I don't know if you guys have really ever heard about. It's a new thing that we've kind of been using, and we're enjoying it, and I hope you guys will enjoy it as well. I haven't shot the YouTube video for it, so you're going to get better audio quality than I got off of my GoPro for that last one. So hopefully you guys enjoy these product reviews. If you do, let me know, because it's something I might incorporate in the future here once we get Tyler back and we fall back into the normal scheme of things. I might do these in addition, and who knows, maybe we'll have 4 episodes out a week. Jeez, maybe not. I don't know. Might be something just to pass the time until Tyler shows up, where I get to talk about cool stuff that's out there that I think you guys would like as well. Anyways, before we jump into the product review, which I forgot even now what we were calling it, tribute, I think, the product tribute, I'm going to get to some basic housekeeping. This month's giveaway is with Wagon Tech, and if you want to get or win a EX5 and a solar panel from Wagon Tech, you can do that by signing up on our giveaway tier on iRate4x4. You can go over to iRate4x4.com, scroll down to the watch, listen, discuss section, go down to the Snail Trail forum, and then you can sign up there. If you're on a mobile device, it's down at the bottom. If you're on a PC, it's on your right side. Sign up for that giveaway tier to win an EX5 lithium cube and solar panel from Wagon Tech. I don't know how much the solar panel's worth, but I do know that the lithium cube is over $500, and it's a fantastic cube. I have 2 of them, not their new versions, their older versions, and I'm a little sad because this new version sounds fantastic, but it does everything. They're 500 watt hours. I believe that's right. They have AC, they have DC, they have USBs and USB-C outputs to them. So pretty much anything you want to connect, you can. I'm not quite sure if the EX5 is strong enough to run a blender or maybe a hair dryer, but the new EX18s definitely are. So if you want to go out to camp and you want to have some margaritas, or your lady needs to really dry her hair, those EX18s are the ones to get. We are always accepting reviews over on Apple, iTunes, podcast, whatever they call it. You can go over there. You can leave us a review. That really helps us boost the podcast on a higher level. The more reviews we have, the more continuous reviews that are coming in. Apple and other platforms promote us out to everybody that is listening into podcast land. Plus, every 50 podcasts or reviews that are coming in, we end up doing a swag pack giveaway. And we're probably due for the 650 swag pack giveaway coming up here soon. We'll check it out at the beginning of the month. But at 750, we're giving away a set of Yokohama tires. Almost any tires that you think you want or can possibly have, you can grab. They have to be DOT approved and they have to be smaller than a 20-inch wheel. Otherwise, they're up for grabs. So I believe they go up to 40-inch tires. You probably can get their MTs, the XMTs, the ATs, XATs. Any of those tires you can grab. You can even, if you wanted to grab some for your, daily commuter, they have tires for you as well. Gift boxes are going to be going out very soon. I'm probably going to have to get all those together myself, figure it out, get them shipped out. Let's be honest, I'll probably hand them off to Moreflate Sean and get all those things shipped out so that you guys can get them in your hands in the beginning of April. Which also means that the month of April, that the gift box tier is opening. And I already have some plans in the works for Jim's month gift box giveaway. I'm super excited for it. It's going to be fantastic. I can't give too many hints away, but let's just say that people are going to be blown away with what this game plan is. Once again, though, I'll leave you with this because I do know that this box is going to be a little bit different. I don't want to lead anybody astray because we did have somebody last time when we did the proof syrups giveaway that reached out and said, well, it was a cool box, but I'm not much of a drinker. So I gave it to a friend. And I did feel a little bit bad about that. So I do want to say that this box is not going to be off-road focused. It's not going to be, something that's directed at the automotive industry. It'll be a little different. It's going to be something on the side, but it could be camping related. It could be just have fun at the house sort of related. At least that's the direction that I think I'm going to take this one. We'll see how it ends up because as of right now, I only really have one idea for the box and who knows what else is going to happen inside of it. So if you want to get signed up for the box, you want to receive a gift from Tyler and I, you have to do that over on iRate as well. Go over there in April and you're going to sign up for that gift box tier. It is only open 2 times a year. It's open in April and it's open in October. So if you want to get in for it, then you have to do it during those months. It's only limited sign up times. Just a few more things to announce. Upcoming events. I'm pretty sure by now EJS is over. April 13th, the Sully Bun Benefit, where a bunch of us are going to be out at Prairie City, hanging out, having fun, wheeling around, but it's all a big benefit fundraiser for our friend Sully Bun from Bun Trail Welders, who got diagnosed with crazy cancer and is having to pay all kinds of medical bills. They do have insurance, but insurance doesn't cover it all. So we're coming together. We're doing a raffle, going to get the community together, help out for them for the amount of times that they've helped everybody else out on the trails. We are asking for raffle donations. So if you and your company are interested in donating something, anything, please reach out to me. Let me know that you have an item to donate and I'll connect the dots there and get you in contact with the person that's dealing with the raffle and we can go from there. But yeah, definitely if you have a raffle donation, please reach out. Cruise Moab is happening April 18th out in Moab, of course. And then on June 1st is Marlin Crawler Celebration of Life down in Fresno area happening at the Clovis Fairgrounds. So we will be out at that to some extent on most of all of those. Cruise Moab is a little far for Tyler to get out to this year, so he's not making it. So I'm going to be out there all alone. I'm actually going to have a good high school friend cruising with me. I'll be out there with Cruising to Camp, Delta Dave, and all the other crazy Land Cruiser fanatics. Well, I think that's about it. I think it's time to jump into our product tribute. I have an interesting product to share with you guys today. An item that I have thrown on the Christmas list for the last few years, but I've got a new twist to it, something that has changed in the last year. And that is hot pads, like hand warmers. There is some new technology out that I'm going to explain to you guys, and I think it's a really neat thing that's happening. Some crazy science nerds got together and figured out something that was pretty rad and put it into hand warmers, and I'm going to tell you guys about that right now. So I hope you enjoy, and if you do, or if you don't, please hit me up, SnailTrail4x4 on Instagram, and let me know what you think of these product tributes. Welcome, everybody, to SnailTrail4x4 product tribute. Today, we are going to be discussing Hot Snaps. The first impressions of these Hot Snaps are they're just a packet with some sort of liquid inside of them and a little tiny silver metal disc on the inside. Totally pliable, really nonchalant. You're kind of like, what are these and how are they going to keep my hands warm? What sets Hot Snaps apart is the reusability. The company says that they can be reused an indefinite amount of time. They're really an interesting idea because now you don't have to go out and buy these hot hand warmers or hot pads that are activated by the air or the style that you have to shake, right? And if you ever get a pinhole in the packaging, then they're never going to be good. And you could be out in the middle of nowhere. You could be out, just ice skating or whatever. And you open up these hand warmers and they could be no good. Where these ones, you know if they're going to be good or bad by if they're liquid or if they're in their hard state, which is I'll get to in a little bit. But the fact that these are reusable, because those old school, the older kinds, once they're done, they're done. You throw them away. It goes out to the landfill. It creates a bigger mess, on some other scale that I'm not even going to touch. But the fact that these are reusable, you can use them, then you can cook them more or less. We'll get to that as well. And then you can use them again. And that's the really cool thing about Hot Snaps. So what are some of the key features of Hot Snaps? They have a case around some liquid and then the little tiny disc on the inside. The inside there it's just a crystal sort of gelatin looking thing. It is sodium acrylate, which is a term that I had no idea about. So I had to ask the assistant because she's a science teacher and she told me all about it. And she was super stoked about these things. She actually uses them to teach a lesson in her class. So sodium acrylate, I'm not entirely sure, but it's somewhat the leftovers from mixing baking soda and vinegar, and they sort of fizz and then they drop down. And then you got this liquid mix and then you boil that down to sort of turn it to a gel. But it's this substance that is always in an odd state for itself. So when you snap the little metal disc, because it's slightly concave, it sends out a shock wave. The shock wave then turns all the sodium acrylate into crystals and it hardens, and that creates energy, and that output of energy makes the hand warmers warm. They can warm up somewhere between 115 to 130 degrees C, and they'll last anywhere between 15 minutes and 2 hours, depending on the situation. If you have them in your pocket and you're warm and it's not terribly cold outside, then they'll last for an hour or so. If you're holding them in your hand and you're in the middle of a blizzard or something like that, they probably won't last as long. But it's super cool. It's fun to watch. Check out a video. Maybe I'll tag one, or eventually I do plan on doing a YouTube video on this product as well. But it is fun to watch the crystals expand out and fill that gel that's inside this pocket. And it's cool to see them get warm. And it's really sort of an immediate warmth, which is pretty rad as well. So let's circle back on the reusability side of these. Now that you've used them, they're warm, they've cooled down, they become into an actually harder state, more of a solid state. Well, you can reuse them. So what do? You get a pan or a pot of boiling water. You have to have them elevated off of the bottom so they don't burn. And then you throw them in there and you cook them. And you cook them until the crystals disappear and it comes back into a liquid state. You cook them for another minute or so, and then you pull them out and you put them on like a plate with, we do a paper towel because we just don't want water going everywhere. And then you just let them cool down and that's it. And they're done. And now you can use them again. The company does advise you to store them in a liquid state, not in the hard state, because if they're in a hard state, it could hurt the sheathing around everything, or you get bubbles that shouldn't be there. But it's not hard to cook them again and put them back into the liquid state and store them that way. We have probably, I don't know, half a dozen of these things that we use from time to time. We just went out to the snow. We went sledding. We took a bunch of them with us. And, you know, when somebody's hands were getting cold, we pulled out one of these hot snaps, snapped it, instant heat. You can throw it in your pocket, keep it warm. And you can snap them you snap multiple them a few different times because you have more than one of them if they start cooling down. Now, of course, you're going to use hot snaps or hand warmer style things during cold weather, but there's a lot of other times that you can use something like a hand warmer. And that's like sporting events. If you go out to a ball game or a soccer game or something out in the middle of nowhere, usually you're not very active. You're sitting on the stands. It's cold outside. That is a fantastic opportunity for hand warmers or something to keep you warm. There's also a level of emergency preparedness because if you are out in the middle of nowhere and somebody gets hurt, they could have cold flashes, and something like a hand warmer or something that can help keep them warm is another great alternative for something like this. Yeah, it probably is not the life-saving device that, you know, is going to save a person, but it will at least give them comfort in times that they want it. There's also a massive versatility to these things because they are semi-pliable. So you can stick them in your pockets, in gloves, in, you know, your backpack, or almost anywhere, because they are pliable. They will mold around things. You don't have to worry about the packaging getting punctured and, you know, leaking air in there and the hand warmers heating up prematurely. They can be used in sleeping bags. You know, there's all kinds of different applications to use hand warmers with, which is a fantastic thing. Another one that we really like to do is we use them as like heating pads. You know, somebody has a sore neck or a sore back. We pop one or two of these, you know, wrap them in a thin towel, put it on your back. You sit down on the couch. You know, it's pretty warm. It gets, you know, warms your body up. It warms your muscles up. You start feeling good. So there's a lot of different types of applications that can be used with a device that can heat up or cool down and be reused again and again and again. And it's funny because you just start finding more and more opportunities to use these things. The next major point is build quality, and I'm not 100% sure on how robust these things are or how health conscious or environmentally conscious they are. I just know that I've never had one pop or explode. Like, that's my number one concern is, okay, I've got this liquid thing in like a backpack. Is it going to pop and splooge all the sodium acrylate out everywhere? Well, it's never happened. I think partially because, you know, you're aware of it and you don't put things sharp near it. But on the flip side, it's pretty strong. Like the canvas is made to withstand, you know, 212 degrees Fahrenheit boiling water temperature. So it's pretty strong. So I don't have a lot more to say about that, minus the fact that they've held up to anything that we've ever put at it, and they continue to work. There's a variety of prices out there depending on how many of these that you want. They do make different sizes and different quantities out on Amazon. They range all from all pretty much around $20 depending on what you want. I'm looking at one here that is 4 smaller round ones and 4 of their like larger squares, $19. So that's 8 hot snaps for more or less $20, which is awesome. They also make larger heating pad versions and even smaller ones that you can fit like for toe warmers or stuff like that. They have all different sizes, all different shapes, and they're just a lot of fun. I just really like the fact that they're reusable. I used to buy the older style, the other styles, the ones that are you need air or to be shaken to activate. And I was always hesitant to use them because I didn't want to run out. Well, now that you have reusable ones, it's fantastic. You don't have to concern yourself with using them. You don't have to concern yourself with only having a limited supply. All you have to do is come home, start a pot of boiling water, throw these things in there, let it boil for a little while, pull them out, and you're good to go another day. So I highly suggest you check out HotSnapZ. There's no affiliation here. I think they're a fantastic little company. I thought of sharing this idea because we went to the snow and we were using them, and I was like, I need to tell people about this. So check them out. I'll put a link down in the description. Let me know if you guys use them for any odd applications that I haven't thought of. And I'd like to know if you guys have used them before. So hit me up. You can always DM me over at SnailTrail4x4. Let me know what you guys think of this segment. If you like me doing these product tributes, or if you think they're silly and you think I should stop. I'm open to either. I'm kind of experimenting with it myself. And with that, my friends, keep crawling. You know, some people can say that they can pick their nose, but I felt like I was born with mine.